everyone, welcome back for another episode of Atoms for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around, we're going to be talking about the 2023 film Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This movie stars quite a few well-known actors. You got Chris Pine as Egan, Michelle Rodriguez as Holga, Justice Smith as Simon, Sophia Lillis as Doric, Hugh Grant as Forge, Daisy Head as Sophina. And the only other one in this, if I was mistaken, it was Bradley Cooper. I forget the name of his character, but he plays a minor role in this film as well. So Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, it's loosely based off the popular board game from the 80s, mainly in kind of theme and title only. But it's its own story that's been developed along with it for this movie. Basically, it centers mainly around Chris Pine's character Egan and Michelle Rodriguez's character Holga. They are best friends, but they're also professional thieves. And it starts off with them in prison after getting caught on their last big heist. And you kind of learn their backstory, and learn about some of the other characters in this movie on that heist. You had Justice Smith's character Simon. You had Hugh Grant's character Forge, and then you also had Daisy Head's character Sophina. Broke into this mystical vault to steal a couple of certain items, and the two of them got caught. So you see them in prison, and basically it goes from there with them being in prison. They go back to, after they get out of prison, they go to find Forge, who has been looking after Egan's daughter Kira, and come to find out that basically they were tricked by Forge and Sophina into getting caught. They did it on purpose so that Forge could gain all the power from relics and what's the word I'm looking for? Money from the relics, selling all the relics, and then Sophina had her own agenda. She's a powerful wizard, a Theian wizard, as you find out. But yeah, this movie, Dungeons and Dragons, it's really good. It's very well. The story is very well done, highly entertaining. In a way, it's to me, it's kind of like a mixture of Lord of the Rings meets Harry Potter. It's really intriguing, but it's also like highly. It's how should I put this? It's not quite as old world feel kind of story and seriousness as like Lord of the Rings. It's got a bit of comical element to it, especially with Chris Pine's character. He's absolutely hilarious, Egan. Because he's such a failure at everything that he does. He's just bad at everything, and it's absolutely hilarious. One thing, surprisingly, that was funny that he's actually good at is he's good at singing. Both Chris Pine and Egan's character to an extent, obviously, or Egan, and then to an extent Chris Pine, who plays him, really good at singing and playing the lute. One of my favorite scenes in the movie actually comes from him playing the lute. So at one point they've got to devise this master plan to sneak back into the city, into this vault, retrieve a relic that is locked in this vault. And one of the things is they use his singing as a distraction, but it's actually not him. It's like a magical incarnation of him that Simon has created. Simon is their magician. But at one point, he gets distracted and he loses his concentration, and the character gets stuck singing, and then his face just goes all weird. It's absolutely hysterical. One of my favorite scenes in the movie, and there's just lots of comical moments like that throughout the movie, but it's got a lot of high-end adventure. Even though it's a 2-hour movie, it keeps you intrigued and drawn in throughout the entire movie. And, each character lends their own thing. Like, Michelle Rodriguez's character, Holga, is just like the badass of the bunch and the warrior, and she's just really cool. And Doric, of course, is a shape changer. and can a druid who can shape change into various different creatures and whatnot. So she comes in really handy for the group as well. So yeah, I highly recommend Dungeons and Dragons if you've never seen it. It's a great movie. Like I said, probably one of the best things to the movie is the relationship that Holga and Egan have together throughout the movie. It's quite an interesting relationship. They're not quite like lovers, but they're like a brother, almost like a brother-sister relationship. And they portray it very well. All the people they played to play these characters do it really well. So yeah, I highly recommend Dungeons and Dragons if you haven't seen it. It's available on Netflix right now, so if you have access to Netflix, definitely check it out. That's where I just watched it. And there you are, folks. I forgot to mention, I do apologize for no video last week. I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get around to doing a video. But I'm going to be honest with you, folks, going forward, at least until the new year, the videos for me are going to be sporadic. It's not going to be every Sunday. I kind of just want to take a break for now. It's just been a lot trying to come up with a video every week and make sure I do a video every week. I've kind of lost the joy of watching some of the videos, so I just kind of want to take a break and recharge my creative juices and get back to you in the new year. If I happen to see a good movie while I'm, taking the break, I will definitely recommend the video, but, it definitely won't be the once a week thing like you've seen. So I do apologize about that, folks, but bear with me. I will be back full-time in the new year for sure, and I definitely will have a couple videos here and there between now and the new year, all right? You take care of yourselves, folks. Have a great one, and we'll see you in 2024. Take care.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.